Welcome back to Playoff Interviews. Today I have with me New World Esports Jupiter, mid laner Protomorph, and jungler Kaler. What's up, guys?
Doing great. How are you?
I'm doing
Awesome.
so. Doing pretty good. Doing pretty good. Thanks for scheduling this interview. I know it's kind of a hassle. A lot of people don't want to do it, but here we are providing content for the duo community. First things first, I know you guys are like a reformed, or like some people split off from Genesis, the old Genesis or whatever, and they made New World. How did your specific IBSG roster come together?
Well, I'll go first. I do think week one was definitely a source of trial and error, trying to get some people in the right spots. I know we also have two different teams in Blue Water League, so I feel like we kind of drew from a couple of those teams to be able to form what roster that we have here in Duo. So it's been a work in progress for sure, but I'm really happy with what we've got worked out here now.
How did you specifically get here, Kaler? Like you just applied, somebody reached out to you?
Yeah, so I know I was in Duo last year for a short amount of time, and then I kind of took a personal break. But then when I was kind of ready, once I finished school and everything, I kind of wanted to come back out because I just really liked the atmosphere and just the people. So I just started to search for teams, and my buddy Capphil, who you guys know on Neptune, he reached out, and we just kind of set up some tryouts for New World, and it was a lot of fun.
Okay, what about you, Proto? How did you become the mid laner for New World Esports Jupiter?
The prior one is one of my friends, and he ended up ranking up, so he had to step down from the position. So basically he offered me the position and asked me to try out for it, and I did, and they brought me on.
Okay,
That's basically it.
sweet, sweet. Was there a lot of competition, or was it just a few?
Not much. Not if I get my not two trick, but three trick Malzahar, Azir and Viagra. I usually destroy most with those, but
Okay,
or play safe.
okay. Hey, really the
You
same
know.
thing if you win team fights, right?
Yep.
So, tell me a little bit about you guys' hobbies outside of league. Like, what are you interested in? Do you play other games? What just really drives you outside of the game?
Well, I mean, I know we all have our personal life and work. I'm a teacher outside of the game, so I have my hands full with that. But in other games that I like to play, I definitely like to play Rocket League, or some of us play some party games like Dead by Daylight or Prop Night, things like that. It's been a lot of fun.
Okay. What about you, Promo?
I work in the medical field, but I like to work on my car. And if I'm not playing League, I'm usually playing like Escape from Tarkov or some type of racing game.
Okay. What kind of car do you have?
I have a 2015 Lancer Evo.
Oh, okay. I have no idea what that is. Sounds dope, though,
Yeah.
honestly. I'm not a car person. Um, so let's get down to the nitty gritty of your quarterfinals matchup for against Ben Velkaz. A lot of people got Ben Velkaz coming on a high note. They come in to 6-0 in the last 2 weeks. Beat Gotcha Gamers, which everybody thinks is the tournament favorites. How are you guys feeling about this matchup?
All right, so Bam Velkaz, you're right. They've been on a 6-0, but honestly, I
Sorry.
that's
All
all
right,
right.
leave. Leave. I'm doing an interview that's recording.
I'm trying to get it out.
All right, so Ban Velkaz, right, they've been on a hot streak, right? They've had a couple weeks to cool down now. I think everybody can kind of figure out where the strong points and weak points are after all this time. And I think if we're able to exploit their weak points while mitigating our own, I think that we have a really good shot.
Okay. What about you, Predator? How you feeling about Bam Velkos?
I'm feeling basically how Kayla just explained it. We talked about it, and we just got to work on some of our mistakes that we had the last couple times and start working more towards our strengths on the team.
Okay. So the rumors going around about post-meeting Velkos, or the saying rather, they come together. They talked about some things. I won't share their interview until it gets posted, but they are feeling pretty confident. I mean, obviously, right? They just went off of 6-0. How much of that is hype, and how much of it you think is actually true? You guys, are you looking at these as strong opponents? Like, I understand that you're probably going to respect them, but in a realistic sense, do you think they got a chance?
Well, I would say, look, you can't ban out all of our tricks that we have, right? And even if you look at Kiri's power ranking there, we have the better players, right? Statistically, and I just believe, uh, just if you watch our games, I feel like we have the strengths to definitely pull out a series game. And like I said before, all of the people on this team play in 3 series games every single week in a different league, so we have this experience that I'm not sure Ban Vel'Koz does. Now, granted, they've rallied really hard the past couple weeks, um, but that doesn't really affect what I think is going to happen here in quarters.
Okay, what about you, Predamore?
Honestly, I go into it respecting everybody. I always think I'm going to lose, so I always play to not lose, and that's just how I'm going to treat it again. I'm not going to act like they're better, but I'm not going to act like they're worse.
Now, before you go on, I mean, El Fermier, right? He's their Fermier. He's their jungler, right?
Yes.
Look, man, you got a second-rate jungler with a third-rate champ pool. I think it's going to be GG.
A lot of people are really hype on their top laner, so comical.
Yes.
I have to admit, I also think he's pretty good. How does he match up against your top laner?
Well, like I said, we have some strengths, we have some weaknesses, and I definitely think that is a sore spot on our team right now. I feel like Potato has done really well when we give her specific champs that enable her to be a good utility in team fights. I feel like laning phase, we need to work on it a little bit more, and so comical is definitely one thing we're afraid of for this series.
Okay. He has proven that he can carry a game. Especially, I think his big champion is Mordekaiser. He does really well in Mordekaiser. I don't know if that's like his champ or if he's just good overall. But what about you, Predomorph? How does it any other matchups that you're looking hard into outside of the mid lane where you're like, all right, we really need to focus down and get better here, or we're just straight up gonna win this matchup?
Most of the time, I'm thinking about just roaming bot lane because I feel like getting 2 kills is better than 1, so I usually never pay attention to the top lane. So that's just how I like to run things. But we've got to try to make more plays top lane and try to help her. So I'm looking to do that or stick to my usual plan. Either one.
Okay. Well, now that we've talked about your matchup, what do you think the semis are going to look like right now? Obviously, you have Wetfire and GG. GG is going to get the lowest seed that gets through the quarters, and Wetfire will get the highest seed. So, what do you think it's going to look like?
Well, I think, for our brackets, we're what, 4th seed, and AGD, you guys are 3rd seed, right?
Yes, sir.
3rd seed, right? So, if both of us win, if TLO and if New World wins, you guys will be the ones to play Wetfire, and we will be the ones to play Gotcha Gamers.
Right.
Right. I think in my bracket, I originally had PSA, and I think that was a little bit of copium, just because I'd rather PSA play Gotcha Gamers than us play Wetfire, because we figured out their cheese scheme, so that way it's not that big of a deal. But based on what we've talked about before this interview, I do probably need to change up that bracket a little bit for TLO.
Oh, okay.
Against Wetfire.
What about you, Proto?
Well, me and Keller talked about it, but I'm still gonna have us going all the way. That's all I can say.
Okay. Any team you're looking to dodge? I mean, a lot of people are looking at GG thinking, oh, shit. Their mid laner is just, he's tired of losing. He got upset because he got wrecked in 1 or 2 games, and now he's just, apparently, from what I hear, is on a tear in their scrims and in solo queue.
I mean, you can be on a tear. I'm on a tear in solo queue, but
Yeah.
we're
I
not.
think
We're not
I just
talking
got off
about
a 11
that.
game win streak.
I'm on plat promo, so I mean, like, I don't know. We played Gotcha Gamers week 6, and maybe this was before the tear. When he got shit on by Skarner Azir combo from Proto and I. But I honestly, man, I don't know. I feel like you ban Rengar, you ban Anivia on Wetfire, you're good to go. I feel like on Gotcha Gamers, as long as you just plan and you're just, I feel like we're the better team even against Gotcha Gamers. But if I had to dodge, Gotcha Gamers has less weaknesses than Wetfire.
Yep. Okay. So with that being said, as far as semis goes, I know Proto's already expressed that he feels like you guys are going to go all the way. Who do you realistically think you're playing in the finals? I think your brackets, you said it would be us playing
Wetfire.
Wet, you guys playing GG.
Right. I do think the GG versus us is going to be challenging for us. I do think TLO, I think you guys have also seen the cheese strats. Not even cheese. I shouldn't even really frame it as cheese. You've got an Anivia flex support. You've got Rengar jungle that should never be allowed ever again after like the 3 or 4 games he's played on it. So I feel like realistically, let's say, but hypothetically, we have a bad game, right? Bad semi. Then it's gonna be GG and TLO. But I'm hoping for a better day for us. So New World versus TLO.
Okay. What about you, Predamore?
Honestly, I don't really know. I can't even choose one. ADG, right? Is that the one I was looking at? Sorry, I don't know all the names very well.
That's okay. You play in 2 leagues.
Yep.
So
I started getting them confused.
Yeah, so right now you have TLO versus PSA, and then you guys versus Ben Velkaz. So who do you think would win versus or TLO's AGD?
Oh, AGB.
Okay, all right. So the AGD versus that'd be AGD versus Wetfire, and then you guys versus Gotcha Gamers. I know you got you winning versus Gotcha, and then so
I'm gonna still say ADG on that one.
Okay. So us versus you in the finals. Got it.
Yep.
Got it. Any score predictions? 3-2? 3-0?
Oh my god.
I'm gonna say 2-1 with the long
well, it's
last
best
game.
of 5. Best of 5 title.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
I think you guys have actually taken a win off of every single team except for us. Am I correct in saying
but
that?
don't even get me started.
Well, that's
week
gonna
one.
that's gonna follow up with a question. But go.
Oh my god. Week one was the mystery machine out of New World. We didn't know what was going on with our comps, and I almost beat you guys 1v5 as Gwen. And then don't even get me started on this man over here when week 6 when he's like, "Oh, I'm 10-2 as Vigar. Watch me." And then this man just gets I don't even want to talk about it, but we threw week 6, I feel like, and then obviously AGD Lucky just split to win as Tank Scion, which is embarrassing, but we're not gonna let stuff like that happen again.
So, do you think that TLO or not even TLO? Let's talk about all teams, right? Do you think that there is a team that stylistically meets up with you guys in a better format than other teams? Right. So for just a hypothetical, I think that we match up against Ban Velkaz better than anyone else, and because their macro is weak, but their individual player skill is good. And I think our macro is very strong, but we don't have the strongest individual players, and we beat them based off our game. Is there anybody that you feel like New World Esports just, if we get them, we know we're winning, because this is why we're strong and they're weak?
I feel like we have, like you said, we've lost 0-2 to you all twice.
Mm-hmm.
Or we've lost to you guys before. I think we've been 1-1 with Ban Velkaz and Wetfire, and then I think we're 1-1 with Gotcha Gamers as well after week 6.
Yep.
So I really feel like a Wetfire would probably we'd have the easiest time with, simply just because so comical in top lane, and then for Gotcha Gamers, they have a solid top lane. I feel like where Wetfire does not have such a strong top laner compared to the other teams in the league, I feel like we can put our resources elsewhere, because I know as a jungler, I'm not going to want to be putting out fires all day when I can get another lane ahead. So if I don't have to put fires out, we can make plays elsewhere.
Okay. What about you, Protomorph? Is there any team that you think you guys just really stack up against really well?
Honestly, I love playing against Ban Velkaz. Their mid laner is very good, and he has very good lane management, and it basically forced me to learn how to manage the wave in mid lane better. So I like playing against him, honestly.
Oh, dang.
That's basically.
He just hard shoves against me all the time. I don't know.
He does different with me. I tried shoving with him because I got all my one tricks, and he was able to just beat me on the tower. But with Kaylor, I had his ear, so I'm still able to make plays with him, even if you're on the tower. But he's very good at just keeping up.
Okay, guys. Well, do you have any last words, you guys, for anybody watching who wants to know more about New World or you guys in general?
Tyler, you got anything you want to add on that?
Any shout outs?
Ooh, you know what? We'll just give a shout out to one of the org owners, Furman and Boogie. You know, they've been a really good resource throughout the whole Duo Esports League so far.
Right.
It's been really a good time being with them.
Well, yeah, if only he was as easy to schedule interviews with.
Hey, he's a hard man to reach, you know?
Yep.
All right. Well, I appreciate you guys' time, and I look forward to seeing the edited version of this released. Thanks, guys.
All right.
Thank you.
Have a good night.
You too.